Hello, hello, everybody. I'm just waiting to do some stuff real quick, and here I go. We are streaming. Let me text some folks, and um, let's see. Hi, everyone. Hello, Brian. Um, yes, so I'm live, and yes, you read the prompt right. Yes, I got scammed again. I remember, okay, so I bought this thing, and then I went back and looked at it a few times, and then I looked back at it a few times, and then I impulsively said, yeah, let's buy this thing. And then I bought the thing, and oh my God, the fakeness of this is so fake. It's not even a good fake. Hi everybody. Let me put some lipstick on. I look a little pale. Let's add some color. You know, I haven't worn my Rouge H in a minute. So let's do the Rouge H. Christiana! Hello, Brian. Hello, Katie. Katie, I meant to tell you, I saw your comment yesterday when we were live with Jolie about California. You can't have fur. I mean, I knew you couldn't have exotic. Adrian! Oh my gosh! Hey, it's Adrian. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I did. I got scammed. Let me show you. Let me put this on. I'll show you. I need a divorce, Poshmark. I when I placed the order, I went back and looked at the account after I bought it because I've looked at this for a while and I felt like it was a little impulsive for me to buy this because it was too good of a price, you know. This is my second Coach scam, like literally my second scam. And I'll show you. I just opened it. I did a little recording, and this is the bad, guys. This is so fake. It's not even a good fake. This is such a bad fake. This is a ruby, and it's a fake of a ruby, y'all. So I had to report it to Posh. It has the wrong handles, like completely wrong handles. It has wrong the branding is incorrect, and you can really tell on the if you don't know Coach and you've never had a ruby, you might be able to not know. But I have this, and this is what in both of the fakes that I got, it's really this particular stamping here that gives it away more than anything. The spacing is completely wrong. Completely wrong. The hardware is not right. It looks right. Picture wise, it looks correct. It's not right. The thinness of this leather is wrong. The stitching is wrong. The interior of this is wrong. Everything about this is wrong. The price was actually not unbelievable, but as soon as I got it, I said no, I got scammed. So I put a thing into Posh. Hopefully they'll return my money and hopefully they'll close their account. But man, this is a flea market special, y'all, and it's not even a good one. If you know anything about Coach. Now, if you've never had a Coach bag and you've seen them, just photos of them, this is a great bag. It looks like it. But if you know what you're looking at, this is not it. The stitching is not right. It's just 1,000 little wrong things on this bag. But the cool thing about this bag though is if I was looking for just a good barrel bag, this has no branding on it. You take off this ridiculously fake 1941 horse and carriage, and you wouldn't know. I mean, it just looks like a bag. It's a polyurethane bag. This was not leather. There's no leather on this. This is plastic, y'all. This is plastic. It's not even a good fake. It looks okay. As I said, it looks okay. Especially with the photos they showed, it looks fine. But if you've ever touched one, no bueno. Bad fake. So yes, I got scammed on Posh again. And you know what James said? He looked at me and goes, I love you. I said, and I said, yes. He goes, what does this tell you? Not to buy stuff off Poshmark. And he goes, yes. This is my third fake bag, y'all. My third fake bag. The Kate Spade, I didn't contest it because I accepted the order before I realized it was fake. The Coach Field Tote 22, I did contest it. They did refund me that, but I don't like shopping where I have to worry and be an expert and be scammed. I spent $125 for that. That's not unreasonable. Plus shipping and tax. What made it unreasonable, like if it was used and dinged up, let's say it was missing a strap, $125 for a ruby, I can do that. I've seen that in other places. It was the condition that when I realized, wait a minute, and I went back to go look at their account that they had sold 3 of the same one. Oh, there's no such thing as 3 of the same one. So yeah, completely. Um, how soon are you going to make it fake number 4? Nope. No. No. You know what? I realized shopping with pre-loved stuff, there is a lot of honest people out there. And there's a whole heck of a lot of crappy people out there. And those few crappy people make it really hard to trust the nice, normal people, right? So I, at this point, would rather buy stuff from, it's Adrienne, yes, it's Adrienne right here, and buy stuff from my Facebook friends. They do better. They're more trustworthy than the platforms, even though there's more security on the platforms because you can contest it and they'll give you your money back. Um, a lot of fakes out there. It's a crazy, yeah, it's super crazy. And again, I'm not an expert in every brand, but I do know Coach and Dooney. I can look at, and actually, I wish I could have canceled the order after I ordered it, because the next day I looked at it again, like, that's a fake bag. And it took a long time to get here. A long time. It got rerouted. There was a tropical storm. And here's the thing, this person has their address on there. Like, whoever sent this to me, like, they're just trying to make $1. Now, there's been plenty of folks like on Mercari and stuff that they'll say fashion bag. And it will blatantly be sus, right? But at least you know what you're doing. Here it's like, no, I wanted a real ruby. This is not a real ruby. This is a fake polyhydroxide foo-foo bag. You know, yeah. Adrian says it's lucky that even sent you something. Sometimes nothing. Well, the thing with Poshmark is, and then it says it was delivered and never shows up. Yeah. Well, it goes to the postal system, right? So I really expected it to get lost in the mail or something. I was like, I kind of like, I'm gonna have to kiss this money goodbye. So this means in this past month, I have been scammed out of dollar wise. 250 plus another 40, so almost $300. 40 of it I am not getting back. So the first 150 I got back. Now this one is 125 plus tax and shipping. I will hopefully get back. But that doesn't help me. That doesn't help me. I still want the ruby. I still want the bag, you know? And I'm like, and now I have 3 fake bags sitting around my house. And I'm the first one. This is why I take all the branding off. This is why I cover the branding if I know it's sus, because I don't want anybody ever to mistake that this is the real thing. Because when something happens or you give something away and you don't tell them it's sus and they think it's real because they don't know, this is how it ends up in stores, you know? So anyway, it's just not cool, guys. Not cool. But I do have an actual unboxing to show you guys. I have where did I put that? Oh no. No. Jackie, what did you do with that envelope? Guys, I misplaced something I cannot misplace. And I was so distracted with the bag. Jackie, what did you do? I hate to walk away for a second, but I'm gonna have to walk away for a second to make sure I see this. Where did that go? Do not lose that, Jackie. Okay. Okay, so I walked in, I put stuff down where this is a bad thing. So I put it in my bag. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Phone a friend, someone who is a lot more patient and not panicking like I am. There it is. Woohoo! This. Remember I told you I cashed in my last of my inheritance? It's right here. And it fell in such a way I didn't see it. Oh my god. Did I panic? A lot. I panic a lot. Okay, now we're fine. We're fine. Now it's right here. I'm gonna have to deposit this because I owe my mom money. But we gotta pay back the Piper. So anyway, but I do have a small unboxing. We're moving on. Moving on. So anyhow, yeah, so anyway, if anybody likes buying pre-loved like I do, it's Adrian. He does lives and he's actually gonna have a huge homewares live sometime this week. He had to be determined. To be determined. He's not sure what day it's gonna be, but I love his homewares. I showed the last one of the last hauls I showed was a baking dish and some coffee cups, which I use a lot. I consider Adrian my personal shopper. Probably Thursday. Yeah. So okay. So here is okay, guys. I'm so excited to get these. I had to buy these on the pre-love market because I couldn't. They sold out. They sold out. I couldn't get them. So the person who broke this was Dacob. He said when the boo-boos are going crazy, Five Below had the babies. Really, they're called the babies. They sold out. I couldn't get them. So I finally found someone on eBay for a price I was willing to pay because they were upcharged so much. So these are the babies. These are Five Below's version and competitors to um to the Labubus, because you know how they have the Labubus have the Have a Seat collection. Well, these are the babies. Cute they are. So I actually ended up waiting and looking long enough that I got these for $5. Well, she wanted them for 30, and I wasn't going to pay 30, so I ended up offering her $20, which at least gives them their money back, and paid for shipping. So $30 for all three. I'm thrilled. I know, because they sold out in seconds. And I keep looking. Craig keeps sending me stuff. I keep trying to get them. I can't get them. So I finally just went to eBay and said, somebody has to have them who doesn't want them. And I think there's one other color maybe that I don't have, but I don't care. I think these are stupid cute, and I wish they would come back into stock. I would buy 1,000. Well, okay, I wouldn't buy 1,000 of them, but I would buy a ton of these, and these would be on like every bag I owned, and I would be giving away to everybody. Craig, look, the little babies from Five Below. See, they're called the baby. Aren't they adorable? Yeah, I mean, I guess I had to upcycle. I mean, pay more for them. Okay, so these are my la babies, right? So this is my Lafufu. So I've had to resort to Lafufus because I can't get Labubus. Labubus are so expensive, are impossible to get now that I'm just getting Lafufus. And then I have the babies, and I think they're funny. I think they're hilariously funny. I love them so much. I think because they're monsters, right? They're supposed to be, fun, fun, fun things. Yeah. Isn't it? I know, so cute, right, guys? So yeah, so Craig, I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but my coach Ruby came in from Poshmark, and yes, it's fake. And yes, I had to take photos of it. I was so disheartened. This is my third fake thing from Poshmark. I'm like, "Ugh." So James is like, don't buy anything else from Poshmark. I'm like, yes, I know. Um, the Lafufus are cute though. They wish they made the real ones as in those, right? Like That's why you keep seeing people dyeing them and putting clothes on them and doing stuff with them, because it's the customization that we love, right? It's not just are they cute little toys. They're affordable even at, $50. It's not going to break the bank. But so these are from Five Below. This is just from the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree had these little heart pom-poms, $1.25. Super happy. Super thrilled with these. This one is a Tokidoki. This one's $12, $15. Love them. Like, think that you can get them. These are cute. They're fun. You get to express yourself. You're not going to break the bank, you know? Hey, Bianca. I got the ruby, and the ruby's fake, 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 fake. So fake. Not even a good fake. It's a bad fake, and so disheartening. Let me show you. I'll pull it out again. It's so disheartening, guys. Morella, you're just gonna die. Look at this. Look at this tragedy. Look at the tragedy that is this bag. This is not even a good fake, y'all. This is polyfruit hydroxide. It doesn't look like leather. I mean, it looks like leather. It doesn't smell like leather. The handles are wrong. In a photo it looks okay, but I'm like, no, that's not how that works. Yeah, totally. Not even a little bit. Like totally, the interior's wrong, the strap's wrong, the stamping's wrong. I mean, it's all wrong. And they sent it to me. Yeah, it's far too hard. Yeah, this is not even this isn't it's bad, y'all. So I put in a thing to Posh. Hopefully I'll get a refund. But then I'm still stuck with this thing. I'm still stuck with it. Yeah, this is my third. I got scammed on Poshmark. This is my third one. 3 different vendors. I am over it. I am going to be, as you guys know on here, watching it's Adrian. He does reselling. He finds the things, he sources them, and he brings them to you. And they're beautiful and they're real. Because so much of this stuff is you have to touch it. You have to touch it, not just look at it. As soon as it got here, I'm like, fake. If I'd seen it in the store, I would have known in a second. In a second. But on a photo, I was like, nope. Yeah, I did. I filed a complaint. I did. And I'm very upset about it. Yeah. Because this is my second one in the same month. You know. But you know what? Here's the thing. We're to the seller, let them do what they want with it. Yeah, but here's the thing. Because it goes through the U.S. Postal Service, they can't transport counterfeits. So what will happen is they'll ask me to destroy it, because unless you use a private company like UPS or FedEx, those are private shippers. No, they don't care. But USPS, if it goes to the United States Postal Service, you can't transport that. Yeah. That bites. Take it outside and torch it, Jackie. Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's a pain. And you know what? They're doing changes to our imports and customs, not just imports and customs like coming in, but going out. So if you mail things internationally, your customs forms are changing. Aaron says I made an offer on a new large Rowan for 85 and they took it, wondering if it's so. Here's the thing, lots of times people do take it. $85 for a Rowan is completely reasonable because a regular size Rowan is 125, 135, regular price. So 85 is totally reasonable. Now a ruby for 125, I'm expecting damage, missing straps, because those are $500 bags. So normally on the resale market, they're around 200, 250, right? 300, 325 in excellent condition. So to get one for about 125, I figured, yeah, I'll risk it. And then I went back to look at it. I'm like, okay, bad plan. And I was just bad day. I said yes, and then I was too excited. Yeah, 550 originally. So for 125 for something that was 550 originally, that's normally it has to have some type of damage. So when I went back and when I thought about it and went back and looked at the listing, I'm like, oh yeah, I screwed up on that one. And both of the ones that I had purchased that were fake bags were from. Why the accounts had been there a long time. Yes, I know, right? Um, but so it's both of the accounts were longtime account holders, but only few listings. And what gave this ruby away was when I sold it, when I bought it, the very next day when I went to go look at the listing, I went to go look at the vendor's other items. They had another one exactly the same, like it listed again for sale. So I'm like, oh no, I got scammed. You know, like got scammed. Um, Jackie, do you stop selling on? Yeah, I did stop selling on Posh. Um, I stopped selling in general because to Poshmark, I kept getting lowballed for brand new bags, super low, super low. It was so, and I really love my bags. And if I'm going to sell something for pennies to the dollar, at least I can take them to my local consignment shop and know somebody local got a good deal versus selling them to Poshmark for them then to further resell it. It just made me feel ick after a while. So people who really wanted my bags for what they were, I mean, I'm not even trying. I normally always sell my bags at half off what I pay. So I almost never make my money back at all. Yeah, they lowball on Posh a lot, and I'm not selling pristine bags anyway, but I did have a bunch of brand new, never used, with their tags on, Radley and London bags that I had never used, and they offered $35. And I'm like, you know what? If people are going to start offering me $35 for this, I'm just going to take them down to my local, clothes mentor and let somebody else locally get the good deal here. And plus it supports the small business. So they buy it for, I don't know, pennies to the dollar, but then they're able to turn it around. Everything I've sold them, because they list their stuff, the clothes mentor I go to, they list their stuff online. So I give it a day, I can go back, I can go online, I can see how much they're selling what I sold them for. So I know, like, most of the time the bags I sold them of a cost bag that I think I paid over $100 for, but they sold it for $50, $60, and I think the whole trade I got when I took all the bags in was maybe $100 for all of the bags I gave. I gave them 5 or 6 bags. So I know they're making their money back, but that's also supporting the local economy where the small business owner and all the staff and people who are going into the store. So that made me feel better than Poshmark. And plus, with Poshmark, I kept having to run to the post office on my lunch hour, which was a pain because James did not appreciate that because the post office next to my work office is a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. How much did you get on the Real Ruby? The Real Ruby I bought for $300. And it's the jacquard one. I've seen them for $250 to $300, and the one I got was $300. But the one I have is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It was from one collector's collection to me. She never used it. Apple One, does Clothes Mentor take bags? Oh yeah, Clothes Mentor takes bags. How they will paying you for a bag that and they go through the collection. They look at it. Normally a manager or somebody will look at the bags, the clothes. It's not that much money, y'all, for clothing for sure. They're a little selective. Each location is different because each location is franchised differently. It is franchised, so it depends on what that local owner wants to put in their store, how big their store is, and what sells in their area. Don't get me wrong, I want a deal, but I never offer a lowball offer. Yeah. Yeah. But that's downright insulting, Jackie. People have, yeah, well, I mean, they're hoping for a deal, I get it, uses, please, yeah, thumb up the 5. Thank you guys. Hey peeps. Yeah, so the thing is, like, I don't mind a low ball if it's a used bag with damage. Most of mine are used bags because I care about the bags keep living a life. So when I sell them to Clothes Mentor, I take some of my nicer bags, my bags, and then If they don't take them, and sometimes they don't take them. It's like, okay, we can't take these. These aren't going to work for us. Whatever. I'll take those to Plato's Closet. Now, Plato's Closet, they lowball you even further. They're very lowball, but they sell to a younger crowd, much younger crowd. So and if they don't take them, then I just outright donate them. And before I even do any of this, I actually gift bags. I gift bags to friends. I mail them out because um, I've already sunk the money into it, and I can't possibly use all these bags. I mean, I try very valiantly. I try. Some of them are just pure collector's bags. Some of them are just I want to look at them, and a lot of them are I love it, but this doesn't work with my shoulder. I love that one, but I have such a huge collection of bags. I'm trying to be better about letting go since I'm becoming more and more of a specialty kitsch collector. Um, Plato's Closet is super low. I mean, really, if you want to buy clothing, Plato's Closet is a good place to be. If you want to buy bags, nah, no, no. And they have a lot of damaged bags. They're like one step up from swap meet bargain bin with like you're gonna find bags that damage most. But here's the thing, y'all. Bags, even the Goodwill now, especially the Goodwill in my local area, they have a lot of the good bags that get donated go right to e-commerce. They don't even make it to the floor. They just don't. So when I went to Goodwill on Saturday or Sunday with my twin, I only found one bag in there that had was leather, and I bought it for $15. They do have a second street about an hour away from me, and they get picked over. Yeah, I wish we had a Savers, Adrian. We don't. But this is the bag I got at the Goodwill. This is a leather bag. Now, I put these patches on here because I like to decorate everything. And last night I went to bed thinking, oh, I ruined that bag. And then I woke up again and looked at it like, no, no, I still like this bag. I like the way it looks. I like it because this is me. This is me. I like this. I'll use this bag. If it was just a plain red bag, it's just a plain red bag. I have plenty of plain red bags. But this smushy, lovable, bag that says, kitschy and, I think this is fun. Adrian, it used to be so bad that if you find a designer bag at Goodwill, they wouldn't let you buy it, or they can sell it on the e-commerce, and they say you have to charge you more for it. Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. I mean, and right now the Goodwill, I mean, they are asking a lot for their clothes. Like when I'm talking about we went to Goodwill, and here we're in Texas, and I'm talking about the Goodwill in Central Texas, y'all. You can get clothes, brand new clothes on sale, cheaper than if you went to Goodwill. And Goodwill is all donated. Now, I realize there is a processing. They have to support employees, and electricity's not cheap, y'all. Air conditioning's not cheap. And they have to process all that stuff, and they have to dispose of a lot of stuff they can't sell because people donate everything. Hey, Scott. That's the criminal union. Yeah, I'm doing. Hey, Bri. Um, thank you for always being so kind and asking how I am. Goodwill prices have they've gone crazy. They've gone crazy nuts. Like all of because pre-love, the prices of regular. Okay, you go into. There's a price point for TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods. They're all owned by the same parent company, and there's kind of a Ross, Dress for Less. There's kind of a price point there, right? And then you go into a Dillard's and Macy's. There's a price point at those stores. And then you go to places like Neiman's and Nordstrom's. There's another price point there. Now, a lot of the department stores, their stuff gets wholesaled out down to TJ Maxx and Marshalls. That stuff doesn't come out of a bubble. There's a whole line of commerce there. But what's happening is so much of the bags are made with polyurethane now that even when you go thrifting, it is so hard to find leather. I mean, I got scammed. Hey, Melissa, Scott, hey everybody. I got scammed on Poshmark with a Coach Ruby. This is a Coach. Now Coach does make bags in China, but this one is not a Coach bag. It might be an Oriental special made in the Orient, the far east, and it's very exotic, but it ain't real. No, no. So I had to report it. I know I tried shopping at Goodwill and it's cheap and it's cheaper. Yeah, it's cheaper new. It literally is cheaper new to buy things on sale. Our Goodwill has never had bags like it's all junk. The clothes you get in fine are great deals, clothing, but bags junk. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'll just keep holding this bag up so people can look at the marvel that is this fake bag. You know, it is so fake. Um, the quality is so poor on this. This is not leather, y'all. If this is leather, I don't believe it for a second. This is not leather. This is polyfruit hydroxy. I mean, and look at this, the stamping on the base. You can't even see. They didn't even stamp its glove tan leather correctly. Like you can't even see it. There's just a shimmer of gold. A shimmer of gold. 125 plus tax and shipping. So hopefully I'll get that back from Posh because I just got delivered today. I reported it immediately. Somebody took the time to put this in a box, or well, a bag really, and ship it to me, thinking I would think it's real. Like, y'all, this is not real. They discontinued this bag, and that came in as soon as I saw brand new packaging. I'm like, well, that's a fake. Because there is no such thing as brand new. Oh, and here's the worst. Here's the worst thing, guys. This. They have not only do they have fake. Whenever have you ever seen that? Ever? What decade? Not Coach. Yeah. Yeah. Local thrift stores are still cheap, but amazing, pristine, high-end clothes. Oh yeah, you can get clothing, really good clothing at thrift store. But people have caught on. That's why some of the highest payouts for Clothes Mentor and all the thrift stores are handbags because they're the fast turnaround. Um, I love that they actually tried to put the tape and foam on it like the Coach was, but they missed the mark on everything else. Yeah. Oh, I made a claim. I made a claim. You know, I absolutely made a claim. Yeah. Yeah. Dead giveaway. I know. I know. I was like, oh, I'm like, oh. This is why people get worried about buying stuff from, because that happened to like everybody. Like even Dee Dee Bean, she bought a bag from the Real that was supposed to be a Reed Karkoff bag, but it was a Reed bag. So it was a Kohl's Reed collab and PU leather that they had marked off as real leather. She should have put in a claim, but she didn't. We've all made these mistakes somehow at some point, you know. But it's just like it burns you on shopping. It makes you makes you think, well, maybe I should have spent that $500 for the bag brand new store. At least it's guaranteed. Um, I don't know, Scott. Here's the thing. I think there's a lot of people on Posh and Mercari that want the not authentic thing, and they're okay spending the dollars on it. Because a lot of times they'll be marked down as fashion bag. But then you'll see the photo, like that has a brand all over it. That's not a fashion bag, but that's how they get around. But this one was literally posted as it's a Coach bag. It's not Coach. Jack, I can't look at clothes at thrift stores though. My ADHD kind of, yeah, see, it's hard. I can't do it either. My sister can do it. Now she will methodically stand there and go through thing after thing after, I mean, each hanger, she goes through each hanger down the whole row. She's a pro. But see, to her, that makes her relaxed and feel like meditation. Me, that gives me anxiety. Keep It Simple says there is an LV bag on Poshmark that I want. I'm worried it's fake. It's priced at $700. It seems to be good to be true, but I'm not sure. It depends on the $700 for a Louis Vuitton is not unheard of. The thing is, Dee Dee, hi Dee Dee. I feel that way too. 3 times this month. 3 times this month. A Kate Spade and 2 Coach bags. That's what got me. Was the Kate Spade and 2 Coach bags. I felt like as soon as I saw them, it's this one, Ed. As soon as I saw this bag, I knew it was, well, in the photos, it looked good enough. And as soon as I got it out of the bag, I knew it was wrong. And as I totally get anxiety filtered it as, oh yeah, it I can't, and then you hear stuff like Bethany Frankel. She did a thing where she bought some Manolo Blahniks or something from, I think they were Manolos, some fancy shoe out of TJ Maxx or Marshalls. I can't remember which one. Turns out that they were fake, you know, but because what happens are people buy the real thing and return the fake thing, and the person doing the intake, they're just looking at the barcode, scanning the thing. They don't know. It's like, okay, here's the, yeah, it does, this smells like chemicals. This smells like chemicals. This is polyfluorohydroxy. That no cow was damaged in the making of that bag. Um, yeah. So, so it was, so like with they should reimburse me because Poshmark doesn't release the funds until you accept the order. So the first thing I did was tell them it's fake. So I send them photos. They open a case, and then they'll determine whether or not it is fake. And so far, they're pretty good about it. And they said, okay, that's fake. And 'cause you have to file it with Poshmark is not as expected. And now there is a category that says it's fake because I said it's fake on the last one, and they didn't have a category for that, and now they do. You know, Jackie, but she is crazy and does a lot of stuff for clicks because she did a fake video of being. Oh yeah, it's Bethany Frankel. The woman's, but I don't know. She doesn't. But you've heard this before that people, have returned. I mean, not just Bethany, right? So I was watching Dacob, Totally Dacob. Now, Dacob has 3 different channels. Totally Dacob is his pop culture channel, right? He was looking at the toys for Jurassic World, the movie that just came out. And he was looking at the more expensive collection and the less expensive collection. And he was looking at the expensive collection, and then he realized something's wrong with this dinosaur compared to that dinosaur. The box was correct, but the dinosaurs were wrong. What had happened was, and he took it off the shelf, he took it up to the manager in the store and says, look, this is, so he goes, what he thinks happened was somebody bought the cheaper dinosaur that looks similar but not exact to the special edition dinosaur, bought them both, swapped them out, kept the expensive one, returned the expensive one box. The person looking at the dinosaur, yeah. Hey, happy birthday, Dawn. So yeah, so the thing is, that happens with toys too. And anybody's wondering why we're shutting down all these brick and mortar stores. Because my friend showed me an article, Kohl's and, oh, I can't remember, a whole bunch of other brick and mortar stores are shutting down stores. And here's the trickle down effect to losing brick and mortar stores. And I'm an online shopper, y'all, so I do a little bit of both, but I'm mostly online. I live in a rural area. It's an hour to a mall, an hour. And this is not an hour in town. This is an hour, 75 miles an hour drive, so it's the trickle down effect. What the problem we're having with our commerce in general is, first it's loss of local jobs, the infrastructure that we've already built to house these businesses that are not working. Now you're going to have empty commercial buildings. Those buildings are no longer generating revenue and costing money, to the property owners, right? So, because believe me, you still have to pay taxes on it. So the thing is, it's going to cost like a wasteland of, unless we find a better way to repurpose these large brick and mortar stores. So one of the things, okay, so let me go back to the chats real quick. America is a wild west out here, literally. Yeah, it totally is. Um, Hi Jeanette and Keith says, y'all check your credit card benefits. I know with Amex, any of this nonsense happens to you. Yes, but then here's the thing with the credit card benefits, a lot of the guarantees, you the the client, the person, the consumer, you end up paying for those guarantees. Everything goes up in cost because how do you get a guarantee? They're not going to give you money unless they can get money back. So how do they do that? It's part of cost of doing business. It's not just insurance. I mean, the only way insurance works is people don't put claims against things that need to be claimed, right? So you just have to be super careful. Dispute with the company for you, yes. Um, so let's see. Is there any, we're saying hi to everyone. Hi, Lisa. Hello. I haven't seen you in a minute, Lisa. So, Craig says, "Yep, Keith. I've had Amex refunds several times due to issues like this. PayPal does it too. Um, yes, Jackie. Amex has saved me with an issue like that. They refunded me on, took care of the dirty work. Yeah, yeah. But also, I don't think used goods are covered. So that's the thing. That's the one protection you have with Poshmark, that if you do file a claim and they deem to in your favor, they do give back your money. But part of what Poshmark does is when they're holding your money, when you purchase a thing, they take your money. It stays with them until you get your item. That could be a week. It could be a little longer. And that means they're earning interest on that large pool of money. Plus, they take a fee for selling and hosting, right? So they're making money by holding your money so they can earn interest on it. And then they take money by the fee just by being the facilitator, you know? So they're making money. Nothing in this world they're not going in business to be, this is not um, it's not a charity. They're doing it because it works for them. Um, let's see. Definitely read yeah, terms of yeah. So anyway, so looking at the state of right now, it's really tough. I know two stores locally that are closing business. They're mom and pop local businesses. Like these are not big corporate giants. These are small businesses and they're closing. And it's rough. You know, Scott, do you have to return the bag if they rule it in your favor or do they refund? They ask you to destroy it because it's normally goes as a USPS and the United States Postal Service. You cannot transport counterfeit goods. Now, private companies, they don't care. It's different rules. So FedEx and UPS, you can, but with it's also one of the things if you want to transport and sell, or if you're mailing perfume, which is a flammable liquid. You just have to declare it as a flammable liquid and then it goes to ground. That's the difference. They're not going to transport it over air, you know. Whew. I sold something, my dry, off on that topic, my dry cleaners and cobblers are going out of, no, your, your cobbler and, no way. And, because it costs too much. Yeah. Who, Keith? I missed beginning. Hi, y'all. Hey, Jolie. That's rough, Craig, because those are the people that, it costs we work on thin margins. The cost of renting, the cost of utilities, the cost of food. We all know it's going up. Everybody knows it's going up. So, and a lot of times, like especially with cobblers and dry cleaners, fewer and fewer people are dry cleaning. Fewer people are actually repairing. So that's why the cobblers aren't as people. We're buying plastic shoes. If you're buying plastic shoes, there's no repair. People don't resole their shoes, they just buy new shoes. You know, I still resole shoes. I still resole boots, but I have leather shoes. Now, the shoes I'm wearing now, they're plastic, but when I was wearing nothing but boots, and out here in Texas, a lot of people wear boots. There is a thriving community of craftsmen, but it's still hard to make ends meet on that. Um, Yeah, Julie, who Scott says, I think a lot is going to be happening in terms of retail, especially mom and pop stores the next year or so. Yeah. Craig says, yes, they're in the same building and they've been since 1902, and due to costs and another rise in rent. Yep. And that's what it is. We literally had, hey Jennifer, we literally had a Austin institution, like Threadgills, been there forever. Been there. I mean, it was a place they had to do over. Their rent was 30 grand a month. Do you know how many hamburgers and beers you have to sell to make 30 grand in rent per month? Yeah, it was a central location. Yeah, but it's still hamburger and beer, y'all. It's not like we're selling lobster thermidor. It's still just beer and beer and burgers. You know, that's what they were known for. They had live venues. I think the live concerts were kept them afloat, but even at that point, the guy finally said, I can't afford the rent. He sold it. They tore down the building because that property was more valuable as something else to someone else, you know. Well, even like Etsy is not what it used to be. Like Etsy used to be the home craft person, crafty home business, and now it's all the same stuff made in China too, you know? So, yeah. Hello, everybody. Yeah, we're just hanging out and griping because I got scammed again. The third time in a month. Like, I normally am pretty. Oh, I do have a fun thing to show you guys. So I got my La Babies. These are the La Babies from Five Below. Now, I did have to buy these on the secondary reseller market and pay a little bit more for them than if I had just gone to Five Below because they didn't have them. I've been trying to get these ever since I knew about them, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I knew them before they launched, and I really regret not buying them the day they launched. I never thought in 1,000 years they'd sell out and never restock. Well, yeah. So I got these off eBay for $20 plus shipping and tax, so probably $30 all in. And these are $5 La Babies, and that's $5 at Five Below. So you know the cost per unit is probably 50 cents, maybe $1.50 at most for them to produce these things. But these are so cute. Um, I figured it out, Keith, by fake video, turned away from. Wait a minute. Let me go back up. I'm missing some chats that are. Okay, so Craig says, so now I have to drive 45 minutes into the city to get my clothes laundered, and any color needs so yeah, that sucks. That sucks. That's not good. I figured out Keith by fake video turned away from Chan- from Chanel. I missed the scam. Um When I lived in North Cali, there was one landlord, large retail space, that purposely kept his rents high and then they remained vacant. He was able to get a tax benefit and made it worth his wow. No, that's just not cool. Craig says, Jackie, if you catch the babies on the site, let me know. Grab me a couple. I know I can't get them either. Craig and I have been looking for these and keep looking for them. They'll restock and then they'll sell out. They'll restock and there's no notice. There's no notice. It's just random. Jennifer says, hi Craig, I'm back to my normal 80%. Yes. Sorry that happened to you, mom and pop stores. That's corporate America. Screw the people. Yeah, I know. So, Dawn, the scam was this. This is what I got scammed. This is not a Ruby. This is a Coach fakeness. Um, it looks good. The pictures looked okay. I must have done it at I don't know what time AM, but it was if I had. Okay, so this is a regular retail Gotham, right? Just look at this Gotham compared to this Louis Vuitton. Okay, it's not a Louis Vuitton. This is real. This is a fake whatever. But this is just look at this is coated canvas. This is supposed to be leather. This is a $550 bag. If this was the real thing, the one I have is in jacquard, or I'll show it to you. But I wanted a leather one. So yeah, I still don't have a leather one. Yeah, because that's not leather, y'all. And I can't even complain about a Louis Vuitton because the bag I used today, this is not this is not the real deal. This is a Louis Vuitton. This is fake. But is anybody in their right mind thinks this is actually a Louis? Like looking at it, everybody can tell. I should just say fake bag on it because I'm not trying to pass this off as a real bag. I like the bag. I love the way it looks. I love the color. I love the function. This is at least denim and leather, you know? This is worth it. To me, this is worth it. Now, the other thing, not worth it. Hmm. With the white horizontal slate woods, is it in a picture? I think it is, Jolie. It's the same ruby that Craig found us, and I went and she shared it with you, and he shared it with me, and I'm the one who I went back to it a few times, and I mean I didn't immediately buy it, and then I went and bought it, and I after I had done the Coach tote. This is my July crazy, y'all. It took a long time for this bag to get here. Hey Saya. Saya, by the way, has a let me just go let me go get the real ruby. Even though it's not leather, it's jacquard. I'm gonna show you something. It's my sister's Christmas birthday gift, so the video won't come out until January. But this is for my twin. I told you I bought a bag I can't afford. This is for my twin. So I'm hiding it now. I can't really show it because she might actually watch this, and I'm gonna tell her don't watch it. Um, I said, and she actually likes to be surprised, so that's for my twin's birthday gift. So I'm gonna both hide this. I know it's on that Disney bag is actually on to shopdisney.com right now, and the first time it launched, it sold out in minutes. So when it came back out of the blue, we didn't think it'd get restocked. I bought it. I didn't have the money for it. I didn't care. Um, so this is a real ruby. So this is what the bag's supposed to look like. So this is part leather, part jacquard. This is not even in the same realm. Like, just no. The stitching, the handles, it's just wrong. It's just absolutely wrong. I mean, again, the pictures look fine, you know, like the real horse. The size of the tag isn't even correct. And it's the wrong size tag. It's the wrong everything. I mean, like, it's like, as I said, it's such a bad bag. It stinks like polyhydroxy. Um, hey Grace, so this is my real ruby. This is the real deal. This is the one I got from my friend for over $300. This bag is amazing. I got it from her collection. The ruby, I love the ruby. I love the Rowan. I love the ruby. I think the ruby is I love the Rogue satchel. I think these are some of the best bags Coach ever made. I love the Coach Ace satchel. I have a type, and this is my type. I love the Rogues. Now, I prefer the Rogue 30 versus the Rogue 25, but I the Rogue 25 is what everybody else loves, so that's what they have a lot of. So that's the bag I can get. But I think they're redoing the Rogue again, so I don't know what they're doing to it. Sorry, these damn customers are asking for trench coats all the time. Well, we're now coming up in the rainy season, I guess, up north, right? So up alive. Thank you guys. I wonder why I wonder how my so your rogue is a printed on, but it's the smooth leather, not the pebbled leather. Almost all of my rogues, except for one. Let me just go get. It's in my inner sanctum. Let me go get that rogue, and I'll come and show it to you. Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, I was wrong. Let me see if I can get the other one. I think it's in one of these bins. I'm gonna have to do a what's in the bin type of. Here's my and where are you, bag? Not there, not there, not there. I just huh. Found it. There we go. Okay. And this is why my room is a wreck every time I do a live. Okay. So it's not live unless I drop something. Okay. So there's a lot of yeah, there are. So this is the very first rogue I ever purchased. It's this one. This is the shoulder rogue. They don't make this one anymore. I love this bag. This one lives in my inner sanctum. I've maybe shown this like once. I wish I had a secret Birkin collection, Adrian. So this is my favorite rogue, one of my very first rogues. I had a black version of this. I traded that with a friend up in Canada. She still has it, I hope. And it has gold. It had the gold chains with the black. So this is my very first, but look at this is a pebbled leather. Look at how beautiful this is. So this is an older rogue, and it's been this one is from 2018. So this is a beautiful, beautiful bag. I keep this in a glass cabinet in my bedroom. It is one of my absolutely favorite bags of all time. Um, and then one of my this is the rogue I prefer, which is this size rogue. This is my beat up rogue. So what happens with rogues over time, especially in pebbled leather, is and especially how you take care of them and how you store them, their corners start to bend in. They knot in. Now, people when they're brand new, this is what they look like. And even this one's starting to knot a little. This is new, never used. I took the tags off of it, but is a couple years old, right? So these are Rogues, the traditional pebbled leather Rogue, right? This is what these look like, right? So then this is also a shoulder Rogue from that same year, but this is a different leather. This is the only one I have. Yeah, the plexiglass sheets to help them, but see, I like them slouchy. So, but when people first buy them, they like them that firm, structured look. I want them to do this. That's that, so I don't panic about it. So this is my other glove tan leather. This is what's going to happen to Jolie's bag. Jolie has the Rogue in the camo print, so she has a little bit of a coating on there because of the type of print it has, but she has handles. You can see how this one has a bunch of marks on here. This one has some transfer on here. Yeah, I like them when they're bowing like this. I have this. You do? You have this? Oh, that's so cool. So this one is this is also from 2018, the same year. Because again, I think they only made this bag 2 years or at least 1 year. These are both 2018 bags. So I'm actually happy I pulled this one out because I'm going to put this one back in my inner sanctum because I'm telling you, this shoulder Rogue is the perfect strap drop for me. It's the perfect bag for me. I love it the most. This is my beat up one. I also have one in red somewhere. And I also have a Rogue tote, which is different. So there's a Rogue tote. I have a Rogue satchel. There's this Rogue. I don't have the Rogue 39 anymore. I did have it. And I traded it away because I got mad at Coach. Sometimes I should have just left it on the shelf, but whatever. I love Rogues. I like a boxy tote. I just like boxy totes. I don't appreciate the Rogue design. Well, that's the thing. What I like about the Rogue design is the boxy part. I actually don't like the zipper. I don't like the zipper. But I love a square tote bag. The leather is really nice. The quality of these bags are pretty phenomenal. But the shoulder Rogue is what I love the most because I like a shoulder bag. I do have the 36, and I don't know. I just saw it the other day. I literally just saw it, and I said I need to use that bag because the fall's coming. I got that one from Craig. I'll have to find it again. I need to actually get all my Rogues in one place. You know, the 30 and the 39. Yeah, I have the 36 in gray, and I also have a red Rogue, the blue one you just saw, the gray shoulder, the tan shoulder, a tan tote Rogue. I can't remember what color my satchel's white. The Rogue satchel's white. Missing strength, you know. Yeah. When I love a thing, I love a thing. And I buy it a lot. And I keep buying the same things. And this is a problem. I don't think I think I probably have, out of a single one design, Rogues, Rowans. I probably have the most of. And if I consider a Rowan more a Boston bag, and the tote, a square boxy tote and a Boston bag are my two Achilles heels, followed up by a shoulder bag. A hobo shoulder bag is my other favorite bag. I never had a 39. I want one, but I don't want to pay retail for it. I paid $800 for mine, which was below retail because it originally listed at $1,200. But I loved it. I wish I kept it. I really regret selling it, but oh well. Knowledge and perspective continues. Yeah, so it's like, so I don't know if Scott, I don't think you've seen this one since is newish. This is another bag I bought. Now, this is a Kate Spade bag. Now, this is a dupe. Now, is it really a dupe? So this is what my friend was telling me. We were talking about bags. This is the Kate Spade. Now, this bag doesn't actually have a name. It has a number. It's like the 508 bag or something like that. And that's how it's even listed on their Kate Spade website, right? So this is the Kate Spade. Now, Saya shared it with me because he saw it. He's like, Jackie, oh my gosh, have you seen the dupe from the Brooklyn dupe? And then um, Margot of New York has a dupe. Kate Spade has a dupe. Michael Kors has a dupe. Junie's had a hobo like this forever. So it's not so much is it really a dupe or just a hobo, but it's a hobo, right? So, but this bag, I love this thing. It's called Pomegranate, Grace. This is from the Kate Spade outlet. So my friend was showing me an article over the weekend where Tapestry, which is the holder of Coach, Kate Spade, and I can't remember the third one. There's like 3 companies. So Coach went up, Kate Spade went down, and it went down a lot. So they're needing to, I think, but here's the thing. I think what just by as a casual observer, it looks like to me with Kate Spade, they purposely kept the price point a little lower than their Coach counterparts. But then how can it be a dupe? This is the same financial ownership as Coach. I mean, wouldn't you think? I mean, I know they have their own creative designers or whatever, however they do their production or whatever, but don't you think somebody would be overseeing what bags they come out with? I mean, really? Um, Appleblonde says, I have a 30 Rogue, and I'm thinking about getting a custom made 25. Looks like, yeah, you can customize them, but it seems like they've done something weird. They had them on the website, and now I think you have to go to the store. I don't know. Julie said they just forced out the head of the what? Okay, the news be newsing. Scott says, I have the pomegranate Kate Spade. I love that pomegranate Kate Spade. Not always a fan of Kate Spade, but really like that bag and color. Yes, this is a beautiful bag and color. It's a beautiful color. I would actually call this more like a rose, a dusty rose, but I'm sure dusty rose has been used 1,000 times. So they came up with pomegranate. And it's really pretty because look at I didn't do an individual unboxing on this one. I think I unboxed this on the live, and I haven't done a video or review on it yet, but this is just, it has a pretty seam down. I like this detail. I like the seam. I like the fact that it has this little hook here, so I can already put my LaBoo-Boos and LaBabies on them. And then I like how this strap adjusts, and I actually don't I think I do have it on the longest setting, but you can make it shorter or longer. And then on the interior, it has a really pretty finish out. It's a very pretty Kate Spade. It's a very beautiful pink. I just think this, you know what? Let's use this bag tomorrow. Let's just go ahead and put some of the babies on here. And this is going to be tomorrow's bag. And we're going to put the pink little baby on here. Look at how cute that is. And we're going to change out of this bag, which, by the way, is amazing. I'm going to tell you, this is an amazing bag. The strap is perfect. The hardware is amazing. I love this bag. Would I spend $3,000 or whatever they're asking for it? No, that's not my price point. But it's a Louis Vuitton. It's not a Louis Vuitton. It's made in China, not in France. And I like it just fine. And this one literally was, I think, made in China. Figures it seems that there will never be good news. Oh yeah, don't watch the news. Don't watch the news. It's never good. Not good news at all. Yet the news is bad. I just come to terms with it. Yeah. Hopefully. And look what I have in my bag. Zip ties. I went to the store and I bought them because I was like, these are too useful. I keep meaning to put them in my car and I keep forgetting. So how I store these is I just take off the straps and I put the straps on the inside of the bag. Ellen sold the news should just be everything is worse. Oh, Ellen said the news should be everything that you That's true. That's true. I agree with that. That's correct. Hey, Linda P, that is correct. So anyway, I'm putting this in here, and in here I also have. Now this is also a Louis Vuitton, not a Louis Vuitton, but this is a fake. Well, is it really fake? This is not licensed by Sanrio. This is a Hello Kitty PU leather off of Temu. I understand I can be part of the problem, but that's a dupe of the Maison Le Sabre version that they had at the Nordstrom sale, and I think Dawn bought one. Yeah. So this is my bag of things, and just those. Oh, and here's my keys. So I could just put my keys on the outside here, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna throw them on the inside because you know it works better. And then there we go. And that is how I change bags out every day. Here we go. This is my cutie. I love this silly little baby so much. So cute. Love it. Um, and then the other bag I use today because I'm a 2 or 3 bag person per day. I use this one. So this is what I carry my water bottle in. I love this. So I have a good selection of bags, and I keep telling myself, Jackie, don't buy anymore. Jackie keeps buying bags because I love them so much. I just love them. It's a copy of the Maison. It's not the real thing, guys. It's a copy. Um, no, I have the real bag. I got the fruit charm from Amazon. Okay. Um, Lord, I wish I could change my bags that quick and easy. It takes me 15 to 20. That's because you carry a pharmacy and then everything you own. like okay, my mom's the same way, guys. My mom has she carries when she travels or she does anything. She has her think of you don't have a pouch system. My mom has a pouch system. Danish, American, Thai. Thai wallet, whatever cash wallet. Europe still uses a lot of cash, surprisingly. So she has a lot of this Danish currency. This is Thai currency. This is euros, and she has either American dollar. She has 4 types of currency she has in her home safe, at any given time. Because it's not something if you go exchange money and you're paying to exchange that, you're not going to go exchange it back. You're just going to keep, especially if you keep going back to those places. So mom's always going to Europe. She's always, EU. She's and Denmark has the crown, the kroner, and then if you go to, most of the EU is the euro, unless you go to those places like Denmark who kept their own currency. Mainly the people who have monarchies kept their currency like that. And then you go to Thailand, she has Thai baht, in the US dollars. And so she carries when she travels is ridiculous. I don't know how my mom keeps it straight, to be honest. Everything in a huge pouch. Um, that's the thing is Craig has 3 pouches, not just 3 pouches. He has essentially. There's a reason why we say this is a Craig bag when we see a big ass bag because he carries a full size agenda from Louis Vuitton he travels with that on the daily whenever he goes and does things, which makes sense. My I have family members who used to do that all the time. They always carried a full agenda with them. So I don't think it's unusual. I just think it's a lot of people just switch to their phones doing that, but there's something really satisfying about opening up your agenda and and you can go and look. For me, I used to actually carry a sheet of paper that had all my prescriptions on there because every time you go to a doctor's appointment, this is it. Do I want to sit here and try to pronounce all these generic names for things I don't know? No. I did not know that ibuprofen is actually the generic of Motrin. Motrin was the name of it when it came out, when it was designed, and then we all call it ibuprofen because that's the generic. Story of my life, Linda. Surgeries. Surgery for pouch removal. but they're frowned upon in polite society. I carry mine too, says Lex. Yeah, a lot of people do. Yep, a desk agenda, agenda, and a notebook. I need all the things. Yeah, see, I told you. And then I carry, because I have a lot of stuff at my work office and my home. I really just travel between home and my work office. I don't really have to carry everything. And I firmly live by the belief that if I need it, there's a corner store on every corner in Texas. I can go buy it. If and it's like I do have, like, in my car I have nail clippers. I have all kinds of Mr. Pugsley. Oh my God, he's so funny. Finding Treasures, that's an awesome name. Um, Craig, I love old school agendas too. I am search for a vintage Dooney and Burke agenda that is good, great shape. Nice. Scott Wright. I see them on eBay and the Posh, and they're pricey. Yeah, the Dooney and Burke, for whatever reason, their little all weather agendas are pricey. Yeah. Um, my full size vintage Coach agenda is my diary for writing my book. I think that's awesome, Lux. Um, so I need it with me. Yeah. I used to actually write poetry a long, long, very long time ago. And I would just keep a book with me every time I had an idea. I used to be a lot more creative when I was younger, and then I became a little bit more jaded. So yeah, we don't do that anymore. But a long time ago, I would just like write little phrases and things that inspired me, and I was a lot more artistic and a lot more mm, less jaded when I was in my 20s. Um, I'm now in my 40s, and yeah, don't turn on the news. You know, that's how that goes. So anyway, I'm taking my meds so I can remember, because it is Monday. Today was a weird day at work, y'all. Um, where's Wednesday came in, Mr. Pugsley barrels in here like a bulldozer because my sister has this habit of leaving popcorn in there, so she knows there might be food. Like, I've never actually given them dog treats here, so I'm thinking about buying a jar of dog treats just to have in here, so when they do show up, I give them a treat. Because I think that's gonna be fun. But I don't know. I haven't done it yet because they're goblins. Our puggles are called goblins because they gobble. Um, yeah. Are writing fiction or not? I love reading amateur. Is it amateur? Fan fiction, I guess. Fan fiction, just people writing stories online. I read a lot of that because I like that. I like stories. Um, Jackie, did you ever watch Lori's and Pooh Dog Dog? Although she had several names when she used to buy and sell bags. No, I didn't know her. Poodoo Dog. No, I've never. When she used to buy and sell. Just curious. No, I don't know. I have no idea who that is, but it's a cool name. Jackie sent you a pic to show. Okay, so Jolie sent me a thing to show you guys. Oh, you wanted me to show this one. This is one of Jolie's babies. Isn't that a beautiful chicken? How many eggs are you getting now, Jolie? She has 3 hens. And this one is Wilma. She's a pretty chicken. Uh Leghorn, right? Is what she is. She's begging. Yeah. They know. They're like, give me food. Like, you have food all the way around you. I feed you all the time, but there's more food. You just have to remember that chickens have teeny tiny little brains. They have bird brains. See, Jolie, I keep telling you we need chicken update. She's like, there's nothing interesting. I'm like, yes, there is. You have chickens and an orchard and you're growing things. You do things most other people don't do. I think it's very interesting. Um, I would like to have chickens, but actually talking to my friends who own chickens, they are so much more, they're so much more work than dogs. Um, so they have to be let out and let into their coop. They have to be moved around, you know, they have to make sure they have not just, they don't get too overheated. They do have feathers, so who's who's there so many breeds. Yeah, I know, right? So many different types of chickens. Sitting here covered in dust. Mowed the acres. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. I do not mow. I am very allergic to outside everything. Um, I'm allergic to dust too, but it's not as bad as the outside everything. The outside everything, mostly Bermuda grass, Timothy grass, and mountain cedar, which is part of a whole group of tree pollen. Yeah, not fun. So we had this is the I guess the second week of my new boss's first day, or first not first day, the first day of the second week working, and he has my so it's weird. My boss and my former boss are still together for 2 more weeks, this week and next week, because they're doing he's mentoring and transitioning his knowledge over. It's so much stuff. It's so much stuff. We have so much. I mean, it's weird. My work Mondays are kind of crazy, chaotic anyway, but actually, this Monday wasn't too bad. And so anyway, that's about all I have to talk about, y'all. I hear you. I need to mow my field tomorrow. No, how big is your yard, Scott? Thank you, Down. It's my yep, Don. You guys are a part of it because you became my safe place. Yay! That's what we are. We are a community of like-minded, bag-loving friends. You know? Mm. Yeah, because here's the thing. My husband, I mean, he loves me dearly because I have a bag buying problem and he's okay with it. And he does, with my love, sees the joy. So it's not just one-sided, like, oh, he sees how much they mean to me, and he even recognizes them now. He's like, oh, is that this and is that that? So it's pretty cool. Um, eggs too many. Haha. um, Don, you guys are, yeah. I'm so happy you're here to help. Cool. Big book. No judgment zone here. Judgment free. We have about 5 acres, apples, large pond, stream, and a cute bridge. I love apples. Oh, apples are my favorite. My mother has an apple tree and a pear tree in her yard, and she didn't act. She, one of her friends took a photo of my mother in her yard, and I'm like, where did that apple tree come from? And she's like, oh, I planted it XY many years ago, and it was full of apples. And I'm like, are you making, are you picking the fruit? Because it was fully loaded. And she's like, well, no, not really. Make apple pie. She goes, and basically, apparently, apple pie is too American. I'm like, whatever, make an apple tart. I like, you have apples in your yard, use them. Like free food, do not let them just sit there. Give them away, do something, you know. And she has a pear tree. Was it a pear tree? I think it's a pear tree. I think it's a pear tree. And pear trees normally have to come in pairs for pollination. I don't know. Maybe a neighbor has a pear tree too. Um, night night. Good night, everybody. So I'm gonna be going to bed. I'm tired. Um, it's only 7:30, but I don't normally go to sleep right off the bat anyway. And I probably should eat something and then go to bed. Or skip, I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Tomorrow we'll see Winnie on her live. I'll probably go live Wednesday if I can, if not Thursday for my members. Thank you, members. Thank you, friends. Thank you for hanging out with me, and we will see you. If not I will see you on Friday for sure, and I will talk to you later. Good night, everybody.